Hello, good morning. So what you'll be doing for this unit of soft goods, you guys will be reading the notes, which these are the notes online. You'll be watching the videos, and then you'll do the discussion. In the discussion, you will ask questions or make comments about what you saw and read in the notes. Following that unit, you will take the test on soft goods. Now, these notes here, soft goods, we talk about drapes and drops. Drapes are made of some opulent fabric, like velour, and drops are going to be a flat canvas made of cotton muslin and then painted or printed as a background upstage of the scenery. So a drop is a painted curtain, and a drape is an opulent fabric like velour, like we have the big red main curtain, and we also have all of our masking curtains. Our legs and borders are made out of a black velour. Some drapes you'll see here are our main curtain, which is also called the grand drape, the main rag. We have our masking drapes, which are borders, legs, tabs, a blackout curtain, and a traveler curtain. The masking curtains, the borders, those are the short ones that go all the way across the top that help hide the lighting and also our fly loft up above. And then our legs are on the sides of each part of the stage that help hide everything in the wings, whether it be actors or scenery. Again, a drop is a backdrop that can be painted. A drop is also considered a category of our cyclorama. That cyclorama is that big blue curtain, sometimes white, upstage, that works with lighting to give us an atmosphere. So it could give us a daytime look, a nighttime look. And we can mix colors on there to get sunsets and sunrises. So that cyclorama is also a cotton muslin fabric, flat, used with lighting. A show drop is just a painted scenery. Another drop, as we go through these notes, you see one that says an oleo drop. An oleo drop is also called a roll drop. It can roll back up on itself and then roll back down to display scenery. A roll drop or oleo drop would be used when you don't have a fly system to fly the curtain all the way out or all the way back in. Like I said, it would roll up on itself and then it would roll back down without having to fly all the way out of the view of the audience. Another drop is called a tripped curtain. A tripped curtain is another way to get a curtain out of the way if you don't have a fly system. Again, the fly system, you're able to fly it all the way out of the audience's view and fly it all the way back in. But if you don't have that space above the stage, you can do a tripped curtain. Tripped curtain would have a batten across the top of the curtain, if this paper is my curtain, and a batten at the bottom of the curtain as well. So you could pull both of those battens up against each other, and that would help pull it up out of the way, out of the view of the audience without a fly system. Some other curtains mentioned here are specialty curtains. A specialty curtain can also be considered a cyclorama, called a sky cyc, and a shark tooth scrim. A scrim is going to look like a gauze type of fabric. Also can be called a cheesecloth type of fabric, but a scrim you can see through in regular lighting. But a light designer can use lights to flash on front of a scrim to make it opaque, so you can't see behind it. But if a lighting designer puts lights behind the curtain, not right on front of the curtain, and behind the curtain, you can see everything behind that scrim. So it's a specialty scrim to help us hide things or reveal things out on stage. Now, shark tooth scrims can come in many different colors. The most prominent would be black or white, but can come in red and blue and green, but black or white are the most common. Whenever we hang goods out on a batten, we would always measure from the center of the batten out to where that piece of soft goods would go. Such as if I have a leg on the side off stage, I would be able to measure it's 15 feet from center. So I would start from center and measure 15 feet out and then place my leg on that batten. Another portion of a soft good are pockets. So at the bottom of the curtain, you may have a pocket where a pipe can go in to help pull that curtain down and keep it nice and straight without any wrinkles. So that pipe would give it weight to stretch that curtain. Another way to stretch the curtain would be a chain at the bottom of that piece of soft goods. So that would help weight it down and get rid of any wrinkles. So those are pockets. Here you see jute webbing. Jute webbing is going to be a reinforcement for the top of your curtain. That's where our grommets go in. Remember, our grommets are those circles at the top that we can attach tie line. So jute webbing is a reinforcement for the top of the curtain so we can have grommets. And then if we need seams in a curtain, our seams are going to go horizontal. So if we have to attach more than one piece of fabric to each other, so we have many layers of fabric because fabric doesn't come always in 30 feet widths. So we might have a 10-foot width, but we need a 30-foot high curtain. When we sew it together, we would have a seam going across the horizon. So a horizontal seam, not a vertical seam. The vertical seams, they wouldn't match up all the way, and you would have different wrinkles and it would be visually unpleasing. So the best way to put a curtain together is to have those horizontal seams. Other parts of soft goods, you would also have a traveler track. A traveler track is with a curtain that can come in together and close and then open to reveal maybe a different act or hide things for a scene change. So that traveler track would be installed. We installed traveler track for Miss Firecracker for this semester. Hopefully we get to use it. Another term for soft goods is masking. Masking are those legs and borders I've mentioned before. Fullness. Now fullness is in relation to how many pleats do I have in a soft good. So I might have a flat curtain, such as this piece of paper is nice and flat, or I may have something that says fullness. So fullness would give, such as this copy of paper, to give that wavy look in the curtain, such as here. So this would have a 75% fullness here. You can adjust fullness to 50% or all the way to 100%. And that gives it a more opulent feeling. Like I said, like our main curtain is made out of velour, and it's supposed to look like a very nice upscale fabric. Fullness helps give that look with it. I've talked about bottom pipe up here when we have a pipe pocket. That bottom pipe is going to help pull the curtain to get rid of wrinkles. And then next, I'm going to show you how to fold soft goods. So our first way of folding soft goods, I'll show you on this sheet. So this sheet here, this is a curtain, and you can see at the top I have grommets that are attached to a pipe. The proper way to fold a curtain is to fold it from bottom to top, just short of the grommets. And I would do that again until I have about a 3-foot length across the bottom. So my 3 foot would be the width. I would keep folding it in half to the top with the grommets exposed till I had 3 feet. The next step is to find the center, and then I would fold the outsides to the center until, again, I would have less than 3 feet in the center. Notice I'm leaving a gap in the center. I would leave about a 12-inch gap in the real size of a curtain. So I would fold into the center, leaving that gap in the center. Then at the end, I would take the 2 halves, put them together, and I would have a nice folded, compact piece of materials. At that point, I am ready to put it away in storage. So I would put it in a bag, a labeled bag, and then in that labeled bag, it would go into a laundry hamper and then put away in storage. All of our laundry hampers are upstairs on main stage. You can see a picture of these hampers right here. They're also in your notes section for your assignment. You can see a picture of these hampers. So the fabric would be put in a bag and then put into a hamper, which would have labels on the top telling me all the pieces of soft goods in that storage hamper. Okay. So these are your notes on soft goods. Please review the videos and read your notes. And if you have questions, post them in the discussion. If you have any comments, also post them in the discussion.